everyone, welcome back to the Joe Review. And Newcastle United was suffered our first Champions League defeat in this season, losing 1-0 to Borussia Dortmund. Now, I know it didn't get absolutely hammered or anything, but it just was those nights where I felt like everything that could have went wrong did go wrong. I mean, this is the first time where I've had, a nighttime game, just coming home feeling like shit afterwards. That long metro journey home. And you just want to get home even quicker after a nighttime game. The last time I had this was Norwich when we drew 1-1, and everyone was like, okay, yeah, we're definitely relegated. Obviously, we turned it around, but in terms of this game, well, the atmosphere, I've got to say, shock. It was so underwhelming for a Champions League night. St James's Park. By the way, it was a fantastic display again from War Flags before the game. But I just don't know what happened with the atmosphere. Was it because maybe wasn't quite the first Champions League, wasn't the first game? I mean, maybe it was that. Maybe just expectations have gone up. So obviously, when things aren't going away on the pitch, fans are going to be more frustrated. I mean, fair enough. There's only the fourth home defeat since last season, but they've all been very frustrating. Whether we've had a player right for a cup final, we've thrown away a 1-0 lead, or just been a shit atmosphere. This is a bit like Arsenal. Just once Dortmund went 1-0 up, the atmosphere just dropped, and fans around me were just getting on the players' backs for every small mistake, and we cannot be doing that. Like, we should be getting behind our players. I mean, it's funny how they showed more support for the players after we'd lost. I mean, it's all good showing your support after the game, but then why can't you do it during the game when they've actually got a chance to get a goal? But we'll get on to the team news. For us, we made a couple of changes from the win against Crystal Palace. Isak came in, Almiron came in, and it was good to see Joe Willock back on the bench. But in terms of the game, well, Dortmund had a chance early on. I think it was Marlon, there was a good ball to him, but Paul made the save. And then soon afterwards, Gordon, I think it was Jonathan played to Gordon. He cut inside, forced Cabal into a good save. But then Port made a very good double save in the 9th minute. And then Cher cleared that ball. And then Gordon nearly scored, had another chance to score. Good counter-attack, but I think Isak needed more up with him to help him. I mean, he can't really do it all on his own for all the pace he has. But Gordon came up with him. He played him in, and but his shot was straight at Cabal. Sorry. But then the goal for Dortmund. They tackled. Well, say out before the goal. I've got to say, Almiron came through. There was some discussions on, should we have had these decisions gone away? Should we have had a penalty for this? Should this have not have been was this not a foul? I think the one big one where the referee got wrong last night. Almiron raced into it. I think he went down. Now I'm not sure if he just went down too easily or if he just got taken down, but to me it looked like that was a penalty. And the Dortmund players did not get the ball. But what I've got to say is, why wasn't VAR checking this? VAR was clearly in the stadium, but why wasn't it checking that? Honestly, man. I thought this is the Champions League, whereas VAR's used a lot better than the Premier League. That should have been getting checked, in my opinion. Because even if, the checker didn't say no penalty, then, yeah, fair enough. But, it's just ridiculous. But the goal for Dortmund, the dispossessed Gordon, it was a good tackle. Those people saying it should have been a foul, but the referee actually got that right. I think it was Chan. I can't remember who it was. Got the ball, or might have been their left back. He got the ball, but he made a very good run. It was actually Schlotterbeck last night. He played a good ball into Nmecha. Nmecha though has too much space, and but it's just a good first time finish from him. I think we were linked with him in the summer. I mean, I totally forgot about that because we were linked with many players. But it's a good finish from him, and Dortmund go 1-0 up. Second half though, not that much happened. I mean, I think it got frustrating for us that Isak went off injured early on. And Callum Wilson, I think, if he'd been able to come on later, against players that were more tiring, potentially he gets a goal. Does better, but just wasn't his night. It didn't help seeing Murphy come off after 5 minutes with an injury. Joe Willock came on, which was good to see him back from injury. You can tell though he just needs that match sharpness. I'm sure we'll see him again as a sub against Wolves, and he will get better with more game time. Tonali came on as well. He did all right. So did Target, to be fair, when he came on for Birdie on in the second half. We had a chance. It was a ball into Wilson, but Cabell makes a good save. But the striker of Callum Wilson's quality needs to be putting that away, in my opinion. We did come a couple of times late on. Target with the free kick. It found Wilson. He hit the bar. Yeah. And then right at the end we had a corner. Well, a couple of corners. Eventually, ball came out to Anthony Gordon, and his shot was deflected onto the bar. Twice we came close to getting an equaliser, and then last chance we had, Almiron just put it over the bar. But there's no complaints about the result. Fair play to Dortmund. It was just a depressing night, really. About the atmosphere in a bit more. We're just getting on the players' backs for every small mistake. I mean, I know expectations, as I said, have got up, but it's like, had the PSG game just given us unrealistic expectations where, these players, beating PSG 4-1 is normal for us. I mean, there's been people arguing, it's the ballot system, but then that's one of those things that the club's not going to win on. Well, I say that they cannot please everyone, and that some people agree with it, some people not. But yes, I am grateful to have been playing in the Champions League, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to get frustrated when you see people get on the players' backs every little mistake. These are probably the same players, by the way, who, we talk about, Eddie Howe had, a lot of these players were playing under Steve Bruce. These are probably the same players, by the way, when they were playing before Eddie Howe came in, a lot of Rafa Benitez, people were calling them like the worst players ever or something. Like the worst team in the league. And yet now we're expecting them to be perfect. It just feels like it just felt that way last night. Maybe I'm being over the top, but it was just so depressing, really. Also I seen at half time, it was on level 7. I went down to the toilet, and there was some shocking scenes in the concourse. There was some arguing going on. I think there was a family there, and while the fans were saying, there's kids here, and why you're being like that, and rightfully so. I didn't see the full thing, but dear me, it was just, we definitely need that, man. We're supposed to be more united than ever. Under this ownership. We were divided for so long under Mike Ashley, but yet we're having all this to get Champions League games. And then another thing was, you had some fat people chanting, "You're only coming now, we're winning," something along those lines. And then they were trying. Then I think when that family went back, left the concourse area, some were like, "Bye, bye, bye, bye." I'm not sure what started it, but whatever it was, that's absolutely shocking. But yeah, if we're having a look at the group stage table so far, PSG beat AC Milan 3-0 in the other game. Now ourselves, and so that puts them on 6 points, AC Milan on 2 points. Now we're on 4 points. So we're level with Borussia Dortmund at this moment in time, going into the second half of fixtures. For me, I think we're probably going to need to get a point in Dortmund, because we're still got to go to PSG away after that. Because Dortmund are now ahead of us on the head-to-head, because it goes that with UEFA competitions. It doesn't go goal difference like it does in England. Because Dortmund beat us, they are ahead of us in the group. I mean, it's not the end of the world if we finish third, because I'd give us a chance of winning the Europa League. But yeah, that is the group table. But I suppose we'll go Wolves on Saturday. It won't be an easy game. Wolves have done all right lately. I mean, we'll probably end up drawing 1-1 like we usually do down at Molineux. I mean, I'm thinking we'll either do that or we'll get a win there. Hopefully we'll get a win against them. In terms of injuries, I think Isak's not going to be back until after the international break, which is a nightmare, because the only other striker is Callum Wilson, who we know about his injury record, and he is getting on. For me, we're going to go try and get a striker in the January. It's going to be maybe it's hard, because Isak will. Well, if we've got Isak and Wilson there, especially, but it'd probably be hard to have a striker who's going to be back up to those two. He's going to be back up. And of course, we'll have to get a midfield, because Tonali's about to get a ban, if he hasn't already. And actually, I've just seen up that he is banned for 10 months. So I'm sure we'll be in for a midfielder. At least that's what I'm hearing. I mean, Calvin Phillips has links. But I'm sure we'll talk about more later on. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to my channel, check out my social media pages in the description below. Let us know what you thought of the game in the comments below. The atmosphere as well, because there's been discussions on Twitter or X about how shit it was last night. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you hopefully Sunday for a review of the Wolves game.